It's simple fucking science. You see this? Pac, we're gonna go to the beginning. This is a molecule from the periodic table, okay? All right, Pac? The periodic table is this. It's the periodic table. This is everything in the world is made out of arrangements of these elements, okay? There's gold right here. Silver and copper right on top of it, the air we breathe, the this, the that, so on and so forth. Now, carbon is one of those elements, and if you crystallize it, if you put it under enough pressure, it turns into something like this. This is a very interesting crystal structure because when light enters, it bounces around and it becomes very bright. Moissanite looks like this. All right, so it really comes down to a scientific level.
Meter arrow broke, it went off the charts. That, what you're showing, a simple Google search will show that that is not the molecular structure of a moissanite. I don't know who you got the information from, whether you got it from Professor Goob over here or who it is, but according to universities and chemists, that is not true.
Well, light doesn't really do the same thing that it can do in this as it can do in this type of structure. I don't really like this type of structure. It has silicone, it has this, it has that. This is the structure I like. Now, I like it because of the way it refracts light. Now, just for the record, so we got a moissanite chain and a diamond chain right here, okay? So let's take a look. So there's a difference there, and we'd have to really look closer to see the difference. Now, when that light is refracting and in a VS in a very clear stone, that's a very nice thing, and I like it in a tennis bracelet. But before, these used to cost 20. These are not cheap. These are like 5 grand, 6 grand. They used to cost 18,000, something like that.
Why that is? That's because over the last few years, diamonds have plummeted in price because of moissanite and other stones that are virtually indistinguishable from diamonds and cost a fraction of the price. Diamonds are not a solid investment.
We sell precious gemstones, sapphire. We have the sapphire collection, which is online. If you go in our men's collection, it's right under there, multicolor. So we have the sapphire collection. In regard to moissanite, that's not really our thing just because it's not a diamond. We're in the diamond district, not the moissanite district for one.
You can't have a markup on moissanite like you have on diamonds. You can't charge $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for the same chain just because it's diamond.
There are other people out there that can kind of cater to your moissanite needs if you want. Shout out to HARLEMBLING. Not really.
Ricky, thanks for the shout out. You took it back. I know your boss is watching you, but thank you.
Ricky, we have a moissanite stone right over here. What is your thoughts on the stone itself?
Let me look at it real quick. Moissanite, I don't have any problem with moissanite. I mean, if you look at it, it's cut. You can tell it's not a diamond. It's just like you could tell kind of by the way it's cut, and it's like a little too.
Guys, just understand what we as society went to. We're valuing something less because it is too perfect and because it's cut much better than natural diamonds. If aliens came to Earth and they would look at a moissanite and they would look at a natural diamond, they would make the moissanite worth $1 million and the natural diamond worth a few hundred. But we as humans are valuing something less because it is too perfect. So if a car drives too good, we're giving it less value than a car that has a brand name just because that's the brainwashing committed by years of greedy De Beers and the Diamond District. Just let that sink in for just a minute. You're overvaluing something of lower quality.
This moissanite is literally under $100.
Oh, I mean, if this was a lab or a natural, you're in. If this was natural, I can't even say, you're in the millions of dollars.
Guys, spend your money smart. Jewelry is not an investment. Diamond prices have been falling. Why spend tens, hundreds, millions of dollars for something that you can get in moissanite? It is just simply mind-boggling. You're just feeding the greed of the dealers.
So Brandon got a Moissanite, I got a lab. I tried to get as close as I could.
Do you see the difference just by the glass right there?
You know, seeing the difference is hard. You can see slightly, but really when you take them out and feel them, kind of like me and Brandon were talking about it before, that's really when you'd be able to tell. But especially from afar in the naked eye, it'd definitely be a little harder. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Lastly, props to Brandon Suarez. He's the one that made those videos as interviews. He went down to Traxnyc. Link to his channel is down in the description below. He also does some reviews on our jewelry. Also, Pack925. Link to his channel is down below. He's the one that started this by posting a comment on one of Brandon's videos. Listen, guys. What we want to do is not discourage you from buying diamonds. We're going to actually start selling a lot of diamonds. This is a diamond cross. It's a little under $6,000, set in 14 karat gold. It's a very big piece. This is the same cross in Moissanite, $450. Could you see a difference? I cannot. Most people will not see the difference. This one actually shines much brighter, especially in the sun. Guys, do not get persuaded by pop culture, by brainwashing into spending unnecessary money. But if you have the money, listen, do what you gotta do. It's just my job to educate you as the consumer, and that's what I will continue doing. Until next time, Eddie from Harlem Bling.